Behold, old Lord Jokes are here.
The old lord had a routine of visiting a casino every Saturday night, where he played until late. Regardless of whether he won or lost, once the clock struck midnight, he would stand up and head home like a noble Cinderella. Occasionally, he would get a ride from his driver. But at times, the driver had personal matters to attend to, forcing the old lord to take a taxi to his mansion. This evening, the old lord lost so much that he nearly depleted all the cash he had brought with him. As he was leaving, he remembered that his driver had personal matters to attend to, and he would need to take a taxi to get home. He checked his wallet and discovered he had only £30 left. The usual fare from the casino to his mansion is £50, which isn't far for a taxi, but would be quite a long walk. The old lord decided to walk since he was £20 short. He thought he would have time to reflect on his wins and losses. However, upon exiting the casino, he found it was raining. Looking around, he noticed the taxi business was very busy, with only one cab in front of the casino. The old lord approached the taxi and attempted to negotiate a fare to his mansion. He began his noble offer by stating he would pay £30 up front, and the remaining £20 would be settled by his wife upon arrival. He even proposed a more generous deal of £30 now, and another £30 upon reaching their destination. However, the cab driver was too greedy and continually rejected the lord's generous offers, asserting,
"I will have longer and more profitable fares. Look, I'm the only cab available, and other passengers could arrive any moment."
The cab driver's greed showed no compassion, so the old lord took his pride and walked home. He arrived home soaked and went into his hallway to pour himself a glass of his special whiskey. The walk in the rain was quite refreshing, but the old lord's ego had taken a hit. One evening, the old lord had a great time at casino night. He won a substantial amount of money, and his confidence and mood soared to new heights. As he stepped outside and approached his car, he glanced over to see a long line of 10 cabs. But what caught his attention was that his favorite cab driver was at the end of the line. Memories of a night when he walked home in the rain flashed through his mind.
"Jack, you're free to go. I'll take a cab,"
he said, and an idea began to form in the old lord's mind. The old lord approached the line of taxis and entered the first one.
"How much to my mansion?"
The usual fare is £50.
"Well, I'm in a good mood today, having won some money, and I feel like making a special offer. How about I give you £100, but we stop halfway, and you provide me with some sexual pleasure?"
No way, what kind of man do you think I am?
The old lord got out and switched cabs, but the second cab driver gave him the same response. The old lord repeated this process 7 more times, and either received the same answer as from drivers 1 and 2, or encountered some other responses laced with swearing. By the time he reached the last 10th cab, it was his favorite driver.
"Take me to my mansion."
"The fare is £50.
The taxi driver confirmed, noticing the lord had been switching cabs.
"Yes, that's fine. Here's the money in advance."
The taxi driver, pleased to secure the ride and take a customer from his colleagues, started the engine. As he drove past the other taxis, he didn't dare look at his colleagues' faces, but saw in the mirror that the old lord was giving them a thumbs up.